sorry. Well, we're going to be working here in our class number 7.2. Ready? And the class 7.2, of course, is the second class of the week, number 7, but it's the opportunity to remind you. I don't want to be annoying with this topic, but I just want to remind you that you need to complete the activities of the of this level, or at least the 90% of this level, before the next, but no, not before the next week, on the next week, right? Because in 2 weeks, I mean, not this one that is coming right after, but the one after that, the week of the 21st, we're going to be changing to the other level. So it's important for you to try to complete the activities as fast as you can, okay? If you need any kind of help with that, let me know. Ready? Bueno, let's start the class with a very simple question over here. Let me just erase this part. Tirin, tirin. Okay, so my dear Santiago, help me to read here, bro, the question over here.
Okay. If you had the possibility to alter and manipulate reality, what would you do?
If you had that possibility, like, you know, like the Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange or something like that, if you had the opportunity to change, to alter the reality, what would you do? What would you do? Think for a second. Let me know. What would you do if you had the possibility to alter the reality?
I will travel to the past. I don't know how they say that.
Good,
I'll
very
travel
good.
to the past,
Travel to.
and I do something in order to uh, avoid the First and Second World War. Something like
Okay.
that. I don't know.
Very, very, how do you say that? Very humanistic, no? So she would travel to the past and try do something to avoid the world wars. Okay, Tati, very good. That's it. Yeah, excellent. That's very good. Anybody else? What would you do if you had the opportunity to alter the reality? You can change the reality as you prefer. What would you do? What do you think, Santi?
I was thinking I will try to help people with my powers.
How? Like giving them
I
food
don't
or,
know.
or
mm, How do you say extinguir or terminar?
finish
More
or eradicate or extinct?
eradicate the robbery, the
Ah,
famine.
okay, very good. So stop, finish with the crimes in general, right? With the famine,
Exactly.
with the crime. Okay, Santi, that's great. Very good. Excellent. Sarita, what about you?
For me, I would help the animals and bring them the spaces to live better.
Good, very good. All animals or just the domestic animals?
No, all the animals.
All animals, very good. So you would maybe eradicate the human being because that's the best way to.
No, yeah, but that's the best way. But maybe giving them some places to live and don't build things and make things on the on that side.
Mhm.
Maybe we can help the animals.
Okay, yes. Providing shelter. Shelter it means like refugio, no? So providing shelter, that's what you would do. Perfect. That's great. Hmm. Okay. Maho, what about you? What would you do if you had the power to alter the reality?
Um, Teacher, actually, I don't know. My brain is like frozen right now. I don't know how to what to think.
It's all right.
Like,
It's all right.
um, I don't know if I could change like the minds of the people who act bad or are corrupt, I will like maybe that. I don't know.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, very good. Like eradicate the bad thoughts of the people, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, in this case, what we did was just talking about simply desires that we have, right? Of course, when I say, hey, if you had the opportunity to alter the reality, what would you do? You try to express the desires that you have. Some of you desire to help the animals, some of you desire to help the people, some of you desire to go to the past and then help the people in the past, right? So all of this is something only imaginary. Nothing of this is real. It's all unreal, imaginary. Yes, it means that all of this is hypothetical, right? When we talk about hypothetical or imaginary situations, right? We try to do it, and well, it's easy or it's clear that we use the modular would because it's of course something that we probably will never have or probably will never do. So it's something with a very low possibility, right? So which in that case is going to be with would, right? But today we are going to learn how can we express our wishes. What's the meaning of wishes?
Deseos.
Deseos. Very good, Pedro. So when we talk about our wishes are the things that we desire, but most of these wishes are going to be imaginary, right? Many of these wishes are going to be something that we desire, but probably we will never get. Others probably are something that we can get, but most of them are going to be something that we desire, we fantasy with, but it's something difficult to get. So that's why until the moment, it's something only hypothetical, something only imaginary, right? All of the desires that you presented, of course, that they are going to be imaginary. Some of them are about the present, like for example, Sarah and Santi, they mentioned that they want to help others, animals or humans. But for example, Tati mentioned that she wants a like she wants to change something about the past, no, that it was the world wars in 1917 and 1939 that were the second one, right? So it was part of the past, right? So in this case, we're going to see how can we express unreal wishes, but a part of that, how can we express unreal wishes in the present and how can we do it in the past, which is not so easy. I mean, it's easy, but don't get confused. Let's go. Remember that all of this, it's going to be imaginary. So it's something that it's not real, right? For that reason, we're going to use, remember that when we use unreal English, it means that we use the past, right? For example, when I say the second conditional, if I won the lottery, no sé qué, yes, if I won the lottery, that is going to be a unrealistic possibility. That's why we use the past. Not because the action is in the past, but because the action is unreal. It's something hypothetical imaginary. In this case, we're going to do the same. Since we're talking about desires which are unreal or unrealistic, we're going to use the verb in simple past, but that is the wish. Before that, we are going to have to introduce two possible expressions that are going to mention that, okay, it's a wish. That's why he's talking in the past because it's unreal. The first expression it's talking is expressing if only. Anybody knows what is the meaning of if only?
Sí, solo.
Si solo o si tan solo, right? So in which case it's going to be like a desire, which is never going to happen, but it's expressing a wish, no? So if only, and then the subject. The subject is the person that is included in the desire, right? For example, if only I had more money, right? In that case, it's a desire about me, and it's a desire that if only I had more money. So I want to have more money, right? I use it in past, not because the action is in the past, but because it's something unreal, something imaginary. That's why we use it in past. But it's a possibility too, as you did it, right? You said, if I could, yes, I would. So it's something imaginary. I can use could and the verb in infinitive or would and the verb in infinitive. For example, if only I would have more money, or if only I could have more money. Ready? So the three options, the option number one, number two, and number three are going to be fine. Depending the case, is more correct or is more appropriate to use could instead of the very simple past, but the three options are going to be fine, right? So in this case, the first expression is using if only, si tan solo, right? Or the other expression is using the verb directly wish, which you know it means desear, right? Just that in that case, I'm going to have two subjects. The subject number one, that is the person that is making the wish, yes, el que está deseando. And the subject number two, one more time, it's going to be the person that is included in the wish. So maybe I don't have to say like if only, but I can say, I wish I had more money. The wish can be about the same person or can be about other different one. For example, my brother is passing for a difficult moment, for a difficult situation. So I wish he had more money, right? So in that case, I am wishing, but the wish is not about me. The wish is about my brother, right? So in that case, I can express those wishes with myself person or with another different one. Ready? And the three options are going to continue the same. Take into account that these wishes, which we express with would, could, or very simple past, are going to be wishes about the present. But it's, of course, it's imaginary, it's unreal. That's why we use the simple past, but it's an unreal present. Yes. So if only I had more money, I wish my brother had more money. It's not going to happen. Well, I hope so, but possibly it's not going to happen. But that's why we use the simple past, because it's something unrealistic. Ready? ¿Cómo van a estar ahí? Fine, questions, problems?
It's clear, teacher.
Yes, it's all right.
Yep.
Okay. That's good, no problem. Majo.
Sorry, teacher. I lost. I don't pay attention. But the second option, when I use I wish I had, for example, I could I could use it with could and would too.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Thanks.
The three options are going to be fine for both options. So I could say, for example, I wish I would have more money, or I wish I could have more money, right? Both are going to be just fine. The decision of how of using would, could, or the very simple past is based on the context. No, for example, when you mention about the desires that you had, right? For example, you said like I wish, and the desire was to help other people, no? So you could say, for example, I wish I helped others, or I helped the animals, and it's fine, right? But for example, in this case, I would use desearía poder ayudar a los demás. So in that case, instead of using the very simple past, I could say, I wish I could help others, ¿no? O sea, la primera opción no estaba mal, pero por contexto yo usaría la segunda. Entonces, depending on you, depending on your decision, you can use number one, number two, and number three, independently of the first action. ¿Listo?
Teacher,
Sarita?
teacher, I have a question. But in the activity, they put some exercises and they make you to use one of them. So in the we have to see in the context what
I understand the
I
question,
have to
Sarita.
do.
I understand the question. When they
Thank you.
present in the exercises of the platform these kind of wishes, they first present a problem. For example, the problem is that I can't sleep. It's with can't, right? For example, in that case, what you have to do is to use the same verb, but in past, or the same form, but in past. In this case, it's with can. So how would you express the wish in that case?
Could
I wish
I could
I could
Sleep.
Sleep, right?
Mm.
Second, they present a problem. Bueno, maybe, let's change it for maybe. Maybe I won't be on time. Yes, it's of course with won't. So the past, how would you express it?
Maybe I would.
Well, instead of maybe, because the maybe it's a possibility for the problem, but in the desire, I would say, I wish I would, or maybe if only, la que quieren, no? So if only I would what?
I would be on time.
On time, right? Yes. Or if they present the problem with any modal verb, no, like for example, I, no sé, let's say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. So how would you describe that wish?
If I only had, if only I had enough time.
Enough, well, in that case, more, ¿no? So if only I had
Oh,
more time. Si tan solo tuviera más tiempo, que no tengo suficiente, pues bueno, si tan solo tuviera más tiempo, right? Yeah, very good. But in that case, you use the simple past because here they use the simple present. Here you use would because here they use won't. Here you use could because here they use can't, right? So the platform gives you those kind of clues, but it's not mandatory. No, I mean, in the platform, yes, it's mandatory, but in the real life, if you want to express it with another one, it's all right. It's just like a matter of context, no? So if you want to say, desearía poder o desearía hacerlo, right? O ojalá pudiera hacer, right? That's it. So, but in the rest, it's going to be find any of the three options, one, two, or three. ¿Listo? Ready? Questions, problems, difficulties there.
No, teacher.
Okay, very, very, very good. Ready? That's talking about our past, our present, sorry, our present. Yeah, so we have the two options. Also, we can describe wishes or desires, unreal, of course, about our past. Hmm? It's easy. We can do it, and it's basically the same information, the same structure, just that in that case, since it's unreal about the past, it's an unreal past. Yes. Since we're talking about the unreal past, and when we use it on real situations, we have to go back 1/10, then in this case, we will have to use it with the past perfect, or with could plus have and very past participle, or with would plus have plus very past participle. It means the past of could, the past of would, sorry, or the verb in past perfect. Yes. For example, the beginning is the same. If only, or I wish I, or you wish. Problem. Yesterday I lost my phone. So I said like, my God, I wish and then we have three options. I wish plus past perfect. I wish plus could have and very past participle, or I wish plus would have and very past participle. I want to use would. It's all right. So I wish I wouldn't have lost my phone. Desearía no que.
Haber perdido.
Excellent, very good. So since it's the modal in past, it's going to be a desire unrealistic, but for the past, not for the present, right? So in that case, I wish I wouldn't have lost my phone. No, teacher, no lo quiero hacer con modal. Listo, no pasa nada. I wish I hadn't lost my phone. and it's exactly the same. This ready? So when we work about desires of the past, we have to use it with past perfect or could have and would or would have and the verb in past participle, but the structure in real is the same, right? If only I, if only you, if only she, yes? Or the subject number one, wish, and the subject number two, ¿vale? Questions about that? Más o menos, more or less, easy, difficult?
Easy, teacher.
Easy is just easy, right? Well, so in that case, my dear people, I already asked you like, what would you like to do if you had the opportunity to alter the reality? And Tatiana wanted to go back in the past, So she said, I wish, because that wish was about the past. I wish I could, desearía haber podido. So I wish I could have avoided the war wars, right? The wish was not about the present because she didn't want to do it now. She wanted to go back and then in the past, like change that. So I wish I could have avoided in the past, no? I could have avoided the world wars, right? Now, maybe she said, teacher, in this moment, I wish I could live in peace or something, but when we go about the past, it's going to be with this structure. Ready? Bueno, so guys, I want you to analyze in your mind, let me just erase this part. What do you want to change of your life? What is that you want to change of your life? Maybe your job, maybe, I don't know, what would you like to change of your life? But start thinking of that, but don't do it now. Guys, what happened when the wish is about the verb to be in past, in present, in normal past? The verb to be, it's going to be where in all the pronouns, right? That I forgot to mention it before. For example, if I say, desearía ser rico, I wish I rich. ¿Cómo lo completarían? I wish I.
Where?
Normalmente sería I wish I was, right? Pero in the unreal English, unreal present, we're going to use were with all the pronouns. So I wish I were rich. I wish you were. I wish he were. I wish she were. Were with all the pronouns, right? When it's verb to be. Yes. If it's a different verb, no problem. Or if it's could plus be, plus could be or would be. That's it. But if it's simple past, then we're going to use the verb where if it's the verb to be. If it's a different verb, no problem. But if it's the verb to be in past, always is going to be with where. Listo? Ready? Questions about it over there?
No, teacher, I didn't understand the word was.
Okay, don't worry. For example, in this moment, Majo, I suppose that you desire to be in a important movie, ¿cierto? So I'm thinking, this is my perception. I'm thinking that Majo wishes she, no, in an important production. Like you already were, ¿cierto? Como ya estuviste. Entonces, Majo wishes she qué.
You were?
Exactly. Normalmente uno diría she was, porque es verb to be. Pero cuando es inglés, digamos, presente irreal, o sea, que no es verdad, I'm gonna use were with all the pronouns. Voy a usar were con todos los pronombres con el verb to be. Es Majo wishes she. Dime, honey.
No, I understand now.
Okay, good. Ready? Is good. This is the rule. This is the grammar rule, what the grammar says. Ahora, it's not what happens always. Sometimes the Americans or the people from different parts of the world, they don't know this rule and they say, Majo wishes she was, or I wish I was, or even I wish you was. I have listened to some movies like I wish you was. It's because they don't manage the grammar, I mean, the rule, no, the basic rule. And it's when, for example, here in Spanish, we said like hubieron or something like that, something that is incorrect, but we use it that way, in the same way they do it with that. So this is a rule, but sometimes it's not respected by the same people who speak the language, right? So if you say once like, I wish I was, it's not correct grammatically, but it's correct because you understand. So it's a matter of use, no? Es una cosa de uso de la lengua. So it's not exactly correct, but it happens a lot for you to take it into account, okay? But grammarly, it is correct, the where for all the pronouns. Listo? Ready? Questions
Okay,
there? Good?
no, it's clear.
It's clear, very good. Listo. Exception, oh no, exception, no. Well, here when it's with the pure simple past, it's easy, no? So I wish I had been. That's it. En ese caso no hay cambio, no problem. Careful, when I have if only, we said si tan solo, right? Sometimes I just let the expression if only and that's it, right? For example, if only I had slept better yesterday. Yes, it means if only I had slept better yesterday, it means that yesterday I didn't sleep well. It's an example. So if only I had slept better yesterday, yes. Usually I can include a consequence of that. Yes. So if only I had slept better yesterday, I would be more active by now. For example, more active now. That consequence is optional, right? Because usually it's very self-explanatory, it's very obvious the consequence, so it is not necessary to include it. Sometimes it's simply like an option, ¿no? Like saying, if only I had slept better yesterday, pues sí, obviamente entonces estarías más activo hoy. That's it. It's like kind of obvious, so it is not mandatory to include it always. I can only just state the desire and no more without the consequence, right? Because the consequence is kind of implicit. It's like kind of um, implicit message in the design. So with the expression if on. Okay? Questions there? Oh, it's all right. Fine. Yes. No.
Fine, teacher.
Perfect. Very good. So, ahora sí. The question it was before, what would you like to change of your life? What would you like to change of your life, of your real life? I mean, nothing fantastic, but think what things would you like to change of your life? Yes. For example, in this case, I am saying, for example, that I wish I could pay my mortgage. Do you know what is a mortgage?
Hipoteca.
Hipoteca. Very good. So I wish I could pay my mortgage. I mean, I am paying it, but it's very difficult sometimes. So I wish I could pay my mortgage completely. So, or I could say, for example, better, I wish I didn't have my mortgage or my apartment didn't have mortgage. No, so in that case, and also in that case, I feel that I wish I hadn't lost my dad. It's something that, well, it cannot change really, but it's hypothetical, it's unreal, but that's a wish, no? So I wish I hadn't lost my dad long time ago, right? So wishes about like what we would like to change, but it's really more like a fantasy, like, but things of the real life, but it's kind of impossible to happen. So that's why we express it in this case. But tell me, what would you like to change of your life? I'm listening.
I wish I could take care more time my daughter.
Okay, very good. I wish I could take more time, then take care more time of my daughter. Very good. Thank you, Tati. Anything else?
Me, teacher.
Mhm.
I wish I could pay a house right now.
Good, excellent, Santi. That's great. Anybody else?
If only I started the gym earlier.
Muy bien, pues, Sarita, o sea, en este caso ya lo iniciaste.
Yes.
So it's a desire about the past. So you said,
Yes.
if only.
Yeah, I had started.
Exactly, si
If
tan
only I had
solo.
started the gym earlier. Yeah.
Exactly, very good. If only I had started the gym earlier. Yes. Muy bien, very good,
Yes.
Sarah. That's great. Anybody else?
I wish I could spend. I wish I could spend more time with my family.
Very good. No, but so she wishes she could spend more time with her family, who, by the way, is living out of like in a different city. So that's why she has no time, right? Yes, Maho. Yes, is that right?
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Right.
Yes, exactly. So that's why it's kind of unreal because her family is living in Santa Marta. So of course, it's not moving here, no. So muy bien, very good. And Pedro, Lisa, what do you think?
If only I could have gone to the university, I don't know, 10 years ago or 12.
Good, very good. So he wanted to change something of his past, like the time, the age when he went to university. Maybe he would like to have done it before, no, not so on, but before. Very good. And Lou, what do you think?
My teacher, I don't know.
Yes,
I
tell me.
wish I could travel more in my country.
What country? Canada or Colombia?
Colombia.
But my country is strange. No, sometimes can be
Yes, yes, yes.
different now. Muy bien, very good. So she wishes she could travel more. It's difficult because she's in another country, but she wishes she could travel more. Very good. So, hasta ahí, perfect. You have expressed the things that you would like to change of your life. Wonderful. Ready? But in this case, I think that you have to analyze, right? You have to analyze what characteristics you have to improve of yourself, right? Which qualities you have to improve in yourself, in your head, in your as a person. For example, in my case, I wish I could pay my mortgage. Well, first of all, I think that I wish I were more clever financially speaking, no? So financially speaking. O sea, in terms of my money. I wish I were more clever in terms of my money. Ready? And also, I wish I had been more expressive with my dad. Because those regrets is because maybe I didn't tell him so much what I love him and so on. So I wish I had been more expressive with him. When? Before, of course. So those are two characteristics that I would like to improve or that I would like to have improved in the past, right? So I wish I had been more expressive with him in the past. And right now, I wish I were more clever financially speaking, right? So think in one characteristic that you have to improve as a person, right? Think. What would you like to be or what would you like to have been in the past? Any ideas?
Teacher, I wish I were more passion. Yes, it's
Muy
okay.
bien, very good. I wish I were more patient.
Patient.
Patient. Very good. That's it. Okay, look, that's it. What else? Anybody else? No? Are you thinking on your qualities?
Um, this is not like a regret of the past, but I wish I weren't sick today.
Very good.
It's a
I wish. Yeah, oh my God, you have to take care of that flu because your voice is important for your job. So
oh yes.
I wish I weren't sick today. Good. Okay. That's good, Mama. Thanks a lot. Any other?
I wish I had studied a magister in geographical information systems.
Very good. So probably what you, well, talking about the characteristic or the quality, because this is a responsibility that you had. So maybe you said, I wish I were, well, I wish I had been, pardon, in the past, more responsible with my postgraduate. For example, no, it's an example. I wish I had been more responsible with my postgraduate. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Good, excellent, very good. So all of these with virtually because we're talking about characteristics that we have, that we are, no? So that's why. Muy bien, very good. Anything else?
Me,
Mhm.
I wish I had fi- where is the past participle to find?
Found.
Search, no search.
Ah, bueno,
I
también puede
wish
ser,
I
sí.
had searched a father of my son better. I wish I had searched better father of my son.
Ay, ay, ay. Bueno, okay, Sarah, muy bien, very good. Muy bien, so she wishes she had found or she had searched a better father for her son. Very good, excellent. Huh? Oh my God. In the past, of course, so that's why she said I had searched or I had found. Muy bien. Santi, Peter,
Teacher, I have one, but I think it's wrong.
go ahead, no problem.
I wish I were less overthinking.
No, it's great. Well, there are like other different adjectives. Overthinking could be like, but also you could say, for example, thoughtful, thoughtful. But I think overthinking is the correct adjective here because thoughtful is a person that thinks a lot, but not necessarily negatively, no? But overthinking it's because you are trying, well, not trying, you are creating a mess on your head all the time, right? So that's why overthinking is correct. Mhm.
Okay, teacher.
Good thing. Good, Santi. Very good. Thanks. Listo. And Peter, my friend.
Maybe I wish I were more extroverted, teacher. I don't know
Okay.
if it is
Yes,
okay
yes, yes, yes.
in the school.
Okay. Ah, well, in the school or now?
Now, because it's present.
Exactly. So if it's in the present, like, okay, I wish I were more extroverted or more outgoing. If it's back in the school, I wish I had been more extroverted or more outgoing back in the school, right? Depending if it's present or past. Okay. Listo. So, well, guys, excellent. So in this case, you presented different kinds of wishes, some of the situations that you would like to change, and also some of the characteristics that you would like to improve as a person, right? It's important that you remember that it's kind of confusing, but that's the way it is. When we talk about wishes in the present, we use the past. When we talk about wishes in the past, we use the past perfect. No, so it's a little bit confusing, but that's the way it is. Ready? Of course, all of this includes like a condition, and other different ways. Well, like of course, a part of if only, we're going to have other different ways to express conditions, which are, it's not if only, only if, I'm sorry, only if, ready? Even if and unless, right? Before in a different class, when we were talking about sleeping and stuff, we mentioned these connectors for talking about, influence of one thing in another. For example, I never wake up even if I never wake up early, even if I have a lot of things to do, you know, with the present. But these connectors also are going to be a replacement of if in the second conditional. So they can also be used there for talking about unrealistic situations as we are talking now, but with a different connector. When I say unless, even if, or only if, right? For example, I would, is a possibility, a low possibility. I would find another job. I would find another job. And the situation here is I have many debts. Debt, you know what is the meaning of debts?
Deudas.
Deudas, very good. So which of the three connectors would you use to match these two ideas? Of course, I can use if. Yes, like I would find another job if I have too many debts. But being more specific, which one would you use? Only if, even if, or unless? Which one? I would find another job only if I had many debts. I would find another job even if I had many debts. I would find another job unless I had many debts.
Even if,
Even if, yes, no sé, yes.
no, yes.
Unless, teacher.
Unless, I would say
Yeah.
only if, right? Because for example, with this job, I have a lot of problems. No problems. I have a lot of job now. So I would find another job only if I have many debts. That would be the only case in which I would find another different job in my case, right? But it depends on the intention of the speaker if you want to use even if, unless, or something like that, right? I'm gonna use another one. Maybe you could see it more clear. For example, I wouldn't leave my child, oh, my child, sorry. And here I said there weren't other option. A ver, let's see. I wouldn't leave my child, leave, dejar, you know, I wouldn't leave my child, TDD, there weren't other option.
Unless. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Unless, so, a menos que no haya otra opción, right? I wouldn't leave my child, ready? Claro, alguna persona puede decir, no, pues, únicamente si no hay más opción, I wouldn't leave my child. Okay, no, depending on the context, but there is always one of the three options which is going to be more adequate, more appropriate for linking the words. Remember, it's a replacement of if. It's all talking about something hypothetical. It's not something real. It's something with would and the past simple, which it means that it's something hypothetical. It's something unrealistic. Ready? Last one, and we go. Wait. I maybe quit my course. Completed, please. I maybe quit my course.
Only if I had to. Only if I had to travel because of my work.
Wonderful, very good, excellent. That is so. I maybe quit my course exclusively in one situation, and that situation is only if I had to travel about my job, right? Very good. That's great. So remember, when we use only if, it means that that condition is going to be the only situation in which this consequence is going to be real, right? Only if I had many debts, I would find another job. So that condition is the only one, sorry, is the only one which is going to produce that consequence, right? Even if it means that it is not important the condition, the consequence is going to be real, right? For example, let me just another one over here. Over here, let's do it over here. So for example, I wouldn't find another job. Yes, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't find another job, even if I had many debts. I don't care if I had a lot of debts, it's irrelevant. It's not important for me. I would never find another job, right? So in that case, when I use even if, it's that the condition here, it's irrelevant and it's not important for the consequence that we presented first, right? Remember, the consequence is going to be with would, the condition is going to be with simple past, right? That's it. And unless it means that, well, this condition is going to be real, yes, except in this case, ready? Except in this case. For example, I wouldn't leave my child, never, never, except if there is no another option. So it's the opposite of only if, because when I say only if, it means that the only situation in which this consequence is real is this one. What we have unless is the opposite. The only situation in which this situation or this consequence it's going to happen, or in this case, it's not going to happen, is if there or is except in this case, right? So probably positive or negative, the only situation in which it's not going to happen, it's in this case. So it's like the exception of the rule, right? And even if it's when it's not irrelevant, when it's not important for the consequence itself, right? So take into account, it's also possible to use these connectors for replacing if, right? And expressing unrealistic situations, ¿vale? Guys, questions about the difficulties or problems?
No, teacher.
We're fine. Bueno, muy bien, very good. Bueno, my dear people, so nothing for today. It was an easy class. It was just looking into the unrealistic situations, wishes, and conditions which are unreal, ready? Going a little bit deeper, un poquito más profundo, ¿no? No solamente, if I won the lottery, I would blah, blah, no, just going with other different expression, only if, even if, unless, and also the expressions of wish, ready? For the present and for the past, right? You describe it, how would you like to change your life now and before, right? You describe it also, how would you like to change yourself now and before also. So it was like a very productive class. So guys, if you don't have any other question, thanks a lot for being here. Thank you for continuing with me so far until this part of the course. So guys, I remind the invitation to complete activities as soon as you can. And that's it, right? So see you the next week. The next week we only have one class. So see you there. Don't lose it and nothing. I will be attentive of you, anything that you need, anything. I'm gonna be attentive of the WhatsApp, okay? Ready?
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Have a good
teacher.
night.
teacher.
See you the next
Goodbye.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you
everybody.
later.
Hi, teacher.
Bye, brother. See you soon.